Good day. Barak here from Barak Bo Goats Farm. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Barak Bo Goats, our TikTok and Facebook account, as well as Instagram. Would like to take this opportunity to thank our subscribers, our followers, for the numbers are growing. We really cannot do this by ourselves, so thank you. We can't thank you enough. If you're following us for the first time, or if you're seeing this video for the first time, my name is Barak. I'm the director or the owner of Barak Bo Goats Farm. We are located in Nakasongola district, which is about 2 hours from Kampala city in Uganda. So we do boar goats from South Africa. We have crosses. We have local goats from Uganda, or the Mbende goats. And we're also slowly introducing other breeds like the Kalahari's, Savannah. Those who have visited our farms have already seen what I'm talking about. We really want to do this as an agro-business. So we want to make sure that we're solving an issue of poverty. We're dealing with poverty, but also addressing the food security issue. It does not make any sense why in Africa we still do not produce our own foods, why we still have to import food from other countries. We should be the ones who are serving these other countries, because the market is enormous, whether it's a local market within Uganda or in East Africa or in the Middle East or other countries. And we in Africa, we need to be part of that as well, because we can, if we work really hard, we can achieve that. Yes, so as usual, I usually like to start by updating you guys with what's going on at the farm. A lot of great things happening at the farm. We are in June. Technically, it's supposed to be rainy season, even though there hasn't been too much rain lately because of the, as you know, we in Nakasongola. Nakasongola is a bit semi-arid, so we don't receive so much rain, actually, compared to other parts of the country. And that makes us not have as much rain as we would. But in terms of the updates, there's a lot of things going on. So you guys, if you remember, we've been constructing a goat's house that would accommodate more of our goats. And we're slowly getting there. The house is almost towards the finishing point. So that's a big progress. We'll be updating you guys. I'll be loading up the videos of how far the house is. As far as thatching or putting on the iron sheets. So that tells you that it's almost over. So thank you again for those that have been following us. You give us the energy to keep doing what we do on a day-to-day basis. We're very passionate about farming, so we keep doing it. Secondly, we've been also trying to grow our own feeds. So feeds is very important when it comes to animals. Essentially what we're doing is we are converting feeds or the grass or pastures into beef. And then that beef is equivalent to money. Another way to look at it is it's another way of banking. So instead of keeping your money into the bank, you bring your money, you invest it into goats, and as goats multiply, that's the more money you're getting, basically. Just, I want you to look at it. So we've grown some grasses, such as the bracharia. We've grown like the road grass, or grown the road grass. We've grown the napier. We've grown the green leaf, desmodium, and a few other seeds. The reason we're doing this, guys, is because we want to cut the cost of buying feeds, because we do supplement our goats, right, with the maize brand and hay and all that kind of stuff, right? And so by growing our own feeds, obviously we're in still the phase of testing, so we haven't started growing in a large scale. We want to test our soils first, see how is it supportive of these feeds? Can it even sustain? Because we get so much sunshine, which is okay. It's a good thing for goats. Goats love a place that is hot, but as long as they have the water, they have their feeds, and they're well managed, then they will do well. So that's why we're trying to address the issue of feeds. It's just slowly by slowly. First of all, test the feeds out, see how they are, and then if they work very well, then we shall be updating you with how we go. These feeds grow very quickly. That's one advantage with them, but also they have a lot of protein, a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of fiber, and many other advantages, which is very, very needed for our goats. So like human beings, animals also need well-balanced diets if you want to have very healthy, good-looking goats. So that being said, guys, I think I want to dip into it very quickly. Like I've told you before, we've been doing goat farming for about 5 years now. Initially, we started with about maybe 10 goats. It was a bit of a trial. We didn't know how this was going to go. I'd never done goats farming by myself. There were a lot of challenges, especially because I'm in Australia myself. Running a farm in Africa when you're in Australia, obviously, or any country in USA, America, Dubai, whatever you're gonna be, even if you're in Kampala, but your farm is somewhere in a remote country, say Chiruhura or like anywhere, basically countryside, it becomes very hard to manage. As you know, most workers in Uganda, they're not very reliable, not very skilled, not very trained with what they do, and also not very competent. So I'm sure those of you guys in the diaspora or those who are running farms from remote, you can relate to what I'm talking about, right? So I didn't know how to go about this, but over time, guys, this is what I normally tell to you, that do not do things alone. You need to liaise or get in touch with people who have done something that you want to do. Get the advice from them. So over time, for me, I've had to learn from some of the mistakes, learn by myself, and also, of course, talk to other people. But essentially, everyone has a different way of learning. Some people, they learn with theories. They read the books, they understand whatever they need. Some people have to do mistakes first and then they learn from. Some people need to see things by their eyes. So for me, I'm certainly one of those people who want to do things and then learn from them as I go. So like I said, we're up to over 300 goats right now as we're talking, within a period of 5 years. Now, obviously, we've been selling goats. If we get people who need to start goats farming, for instance, people who want slaughter, we have castrates from time to time, as you guys have seen on our web pages, because we normally advertise goats if they're on sale. And they usually go very, very quickly. So we up 300 goats and the future looks very positive, guys. So this is what I normally say: start small, learn from others. Start small but build big. Dream big, have a big dream, and expand your knowledge. That's just very important. If I can be as honest as I can be, I have to tell you that knowledge is just powerful. If you have knowledge, it's just important. Essentially, like any business, what you need to see is you need to look at your day-to-day expenses, right? The operation expenses, e.g. the feeds. This is what I'm saying to you. When I started, of course, our goats are on free range, but we still supplement them. But when I started, I never used to supplement them. Then I noticed there were some issues like miscarriages among goats, And in order to address that issue, I had to start supplementing, especially those that are pregnant. And you can ask me what I use for. So we use like maize bran. We mix it with soy cake and stuff like that. But you can use essentially anything that you have. So like I've told you, if you want to benefit or if you want to make profits from any business, look at the day-to-day expenses, right? If you want to do something on a commercial basis, right? Look at your expenses, how much you're spending on minerals, how much you're spending on feeds, how much you're spending on salary for the workers, on your day-to-day expenses, then compare it with your profits. How much are you making, There is a big market for the goats, guys. In East Africa, for example, we're very close to Middle East. And Middle East, guys, like these countries, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, whatever, Oman, they need goats because most of them are very dry countries. They don't receive as much rain as we do in East Africa. And because we're very strategically located, that's a huge advantage, right? So when you're thinking about going into goats farming or any commercial kind of farming for that matter, think of the entire population, the entire region. Don't just think of, like I've had issues or I've had questions where people ask me like, I want to start goats farming, but people in my country or people in my village will not be able to buy the goats because, they think that a goat of 3M is very expensive. Listen, it's okay. You don't have to rely on those people. Some of them cannot afford because they also don't earn so much money. So if you tell them you're selling your goats at 3M, most likely they won't buy it because they can't afford it. But also they don't know the value of the goat itself, right? So this is why I normally say, if you starting a business, first of all, look for the market actually before you even start thinking market. Where are you gonna get your market before you even start it, right? And who is going to be your market? Who is going to buy from? Is it the butchers, the people that are going to be slaughtering? Is it the export market? Is it breeders? And that will determine the kind of goats you need, right? And so, guys, with those few words, I hope that you've sort of caught a few things. Like I said, I needed to give you some updates on what's going on and give you a little bit of courage or a little bit of background with how we started. Didn't have much clue with what we're doing with 10 goats. And over time, we've learned from our mistakes. Obviously, there've been a few mistakes. Farming is the kind of business. It's I can't promise you of having no troubles or no challenges when you're doing farming. There's going to be challenges, but we will never get through those challenges, just gradually. All right, guys, please allow me to sign up for today. Until next time, please subscribe if you haven't already, as we see you on the next video. Thank you. Stay blessed. Bye.